Nigami sir,
Yes.
can I have a seat? Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Can I have a
Please
seat?
take a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Yogesh Kumar MEENA.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please introduce yourself to the board.
Sure, sir. So my name is Yogesh Kumar MEENA. I was born and brought up in Mumbai. Thereafter, I did my graduation from IIT Bombay while doing a majors in computer science and engineering. After graduation, I embarked on my professional journey with Amazon, where I worked close to 3.5 years as an applied scientist. And for the last 2 years, I have been dedicatedly preparing for the civil services examination.
So how many times have you given the examination?
Sir, technically it's my second attempt, but it's my first attempt after leaving my job. First serious attempt.
First serious attempt. Okay. And what happened in the first attempt?
Sir, I could not clear the prelims. I gave it just for the experience, and I was also over ambitious at that time.
Okay. Now, as a computer scientist, can you tell me who was the first programmer? And she happened to be a lady. And in fact, a computer program was named after her.
Sir, I believe perhaps you're talking about the lady who worked in NASA who wrote a computer program for the Apollo program.
No.
Okay, sir.
Somebody much earlier.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. No.
It was Ada Lovelace. And Ada, that computer program was named after her.
Okay, sir.
Okay. What are your hobbies?
Sir, most of my hobbies are aligned in sports and games. I'm a very big football fan as well as play football a lot. Recently, I've also started watching chess and Formula 1. Apart from that, sir, I go to the gym regularly to keep myself physically engaged during the preparation.
Okay, who are the Indians in the candidates tournament?
Yes, sir. There are three Indian players in the candidates. Sir, Ramesh Babu Pragnananda. The other one is Videsh Santosh Gujarati. And then third one is Brahmaraju Gukesh.
And on the female side?
Yes, sir. Koneru Hampi, sir. She's, yes.
Only Koneru Hampi? Or is there somebody else?
Sir, from the Indian side, okay, sir. Sir, there was a lady who won the Grand Swiss. She's the sister of Pragnananda.
Yes. What's
Sir,
her name?
Vaishali. Yes, sir, I
Vaishali.
missed her.
Exactly. So don't forget her.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
What was your optional?
Sir, it was mathematics.
Mathematics.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So tell us something about the most famous Indian mathematician ever.
Sir, I
What
would
was
say...
the film made on him?
Yes, sir. Sir, Mr. Srinivas Ramanujan. Sir, he had a very informal education. In fact, he was not privileged to get a formal education.
When was he born and when did he die?
Sir, the years I don't know, but he had an early death because of some health issues that he witnessed while working in Britain. And he did return to India, but he succumbed after a few years. He lived for close to 32 or 34 years, I do not recall correctly. But sir, he had a knack to come up with conjectures and then very nice theorems, which he later proved as well. And he's known for his ability to come up with such conjectures.
What was the film which was made on him and who played the lead?
Sorry, sir, I'm not into cinema and I haven't.
Okay.
Yogesh,
Yes, sir.
you come from the land of Shivaji.
Yes, sir.
Can you please briefly tell us the importance of forts in guerrilla warfare?
Right, sir. Sir, there are multiple importances. First of all, sir, guerrilla warfares are based on the idea of shoot and scoot capabilities. Sir, these people can basically attack in a dense forested area and then can go back to their safe houses, which is the forts, where they can replenish their supplies as well. And that is definitely one of the advantages. Apart from that, sir, I would say a fort serve as a projection of power as well. Basically, it keeps the other kingdoms in the neighborhood kingdoms well thought of that the kingdom right now is doing very well. So it's symbol of power as well. That is how I would put it. So these perhaps are the importances.
Why was it effective?
Why was it effective? Sir, because it's so heavily fortified, it's difficult to break down the inner defenses of the fort. There are very few entry points which are very heavily guarded and defended. So perhaps that might be the reason why forts are very.
Okay. Again, going back to your state, which style of architecture had an influence on Mumbai?
Sir, I would say the biggest architecture was from the British Victorian Indo-Gothic architecture, as we see in the Victoria terminus, which is now known as the Shivaji Chhatrapati Maharaj terminus. Apart from that, sir, the High Court building, there are these instances which actually show huge British influence in the Mumbai architecture.
What do you think are the three main factors which lend the city of Mumbai to be known as a financial capital of India?
Sir, I would say the location of Mumbai. It's on the coast. It's basically the coast. So initially it was the export-import hub, the entry point. You could call it the entry point of India. So that was one of the biggest reasons. Apart from that, sir, definitely right now there's a lot of availability of capital. Sir, but I would also like to get a clarification. Do you want the historical reasons or the reasons that are there, contemporary reasons why?
You can take all the context,
Sure, sir.
the old and the new.
Sure, sir. Right now there's a very big availability of capital because it's the financial hub of the India. So capital is available, startups are booming. That is perhaps one of the reasons. As well as, sir, its general connectivity. It's equally distant. There's equal distance between the southern part of India as well as the northern part of India. It's situated close to the middle, somewhere in the middle. So that also gives it an added advantage.
Then why is the local leadership hankering for Maratha reservation and Maratha identity issue comes up often?
Right, sir. Sir,
Won't it have a negative impact on all that?
Sir, definitely. I, in fact, am not a very big supporter of the reservation demand. The main issues that they highlight is that most of the parts in the central India, central Maharashtra as well as in eastern Maharashtra, which are majorly dependent on agriculture, have been under distress because of the ensuing effects of climate change as well as water scarcity and some host of other issues that we witness in farming in India. So that is the major focal point of the Marathas to demand for reservation. So that they can participate in other educational and high-skilled, high-income jobs apart from agriculture.
You have been exposed to private sector.
Yes, sir.
What is the present state of PSUs? And do you support their privatization?
Sir, currently, very recently, PSUs have been doing pretty well. Their financial health has been better. The government is receiving a lot of dividends, specifically from NTPC, and these other companies, ONGC as well. There has been a renewed push on disinvestment. Based on what I would say, sir, I support the Indian policy, the Indian government's policy of having some presence in the strategic sectors and divesting other companies which perhaps might not be very relevant in today's day and age and economy. So I definitely wholeheartedly support that idea of the Indian government.
Privatization.
Privatization with keeping some presence in the strategic sectors so that we can ensure national interest whenever there's any need.
Okay. In that case, you might have heard about electoral bonds.
Yes, sir.
And is it covered under RTI?
Sir, there are certain information. It's being debated that the level of transparency is not very good. There are certain aspects which company donated to which party. These are not disclosed. But some aspects of it might be included, although I'm not very sure. But there's an ongoing debate and a case going on in the Supreme Court with regards to the transparency of electoral bonds, as it can promote crony capitalism.
Can you be a bit more specific? This is very general. One or two reasons which can be covered by RTI.
Sir, perhaps I would say, sir, on a broader level, which political party has received Sir, I think there should be some aspects where the companies have to disclose what level of political contribution that they have made. That should be there within RTI. Like, I'll think about it.
Okay, thank you.
Yogesh,
Yes, sir.
you know you have committed a mistake in your form.
Sorry, sir. I do not know.
Not noticed. Your employment should be in chronological order and you have reversed that. What do you understand by chronological order?
Sir, by basically the time.
The first coming first and the last coming last. You have reversed the order.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay, tell me something about Bombay. The 7 islands, name the 7 islands.
7 islands. Sorry, sir, I do not remember.
Not remember. What are your views on reservation policy? Do you think that that has been the main cause of the brain drain in our country?
Sir, I would not single out reservation as the main cause of brain drain. As far as reservation policies are, like my view on it, sir, I believe any reservation policy should not be static in nature. We should keep on looking at it from time to time and keep on
Do
rationalizing
you
it. based on-
support the existing reservation policy?
Sir, I do support reservation based on socio-economic conditions and the historical past, but I also would like the government to keep on looking at the ground impact and keep on rationalizing the policy.
You are earning more than $500,000 a month,
Yes, sir.
and UPSC gave you an option that if you want to leave your reservation, did you left that?
No, sir.
Why?
Sir, the way that I see it is I'm actually from a very humble background. My parents could not afford coaching when I was trying for IIT JEE. I've worked my way up, and perhaps the salaries do not encapsulate the entire picture. So that's how I see it.
Okay. So you were at USA
Yes, sir.
in 2018. How you see Indo-US relation have evolved in past decade?
Sir, I would definitely say they have become a lot better, as was recently highlighted by the technology transfer deal that happened with the General Electric, the jet engine, which shows the confidence and the importance of India for the USA to counterbalance China. So definitely, sir, the ties have gone for the better. And right now, there are some skirmishes which happened with the allegations of assassinations. But apart from that, I believe overall the relations are on an upward trajectory.
I'm a layman. I am not someone who's from a technical background. I have heard something a lot about this blockchain technology. Something.
Right.
Can you please explain me? But I'm not a technical person.
Sure, sir. Sir, I would just give a brief background. Right now, databases, when data is stored, it's stored at a centralized place. There's one agency. That's how it's done. And there's to put it as in the layman terms, there's just one table and entries are put at a single place where a single person has its access. The blockchain technology tries to democratize the entire infrastructure. It's a distributed ledger, as in everyone can look at what the data is being added. Everyone can actually poll or participate in the process of adding data, modifying data, and verifying data. So it basically democratizes the database architecture. That is the main idea of blockchain. And there are multiple applications over blockchain, such as cryptography.
Fine. So the currency, the cryptocurrency, yes. Don't you think that has been a major threat to national security in this scenario?
Sir,
When
it
we
does
cannot
have.
trace it back.
Sir, it does have potentials to be threat, but at the current moment, I do not see it as a very big threat because it's, first of all, the adoption has been very low. Secondly, sir, it's also being regulated by the countries. So because of these, as well as, sir, I do believe that any asset cannot be currency at the same time. Whenever it becomes an asset, it ceases to be a currency. So it does have potential in the future, but right now.
What is the status of cryptocurrency in India?
Sir, we are allowed to trade cryptocurrencies, but it's called virtual digital assets. So there's a 30% digital capital gains tax.
Fine, fair enough. Thank you so much.
Yogesh,
Yes, sir.
I still can't believe that you had a package of 6 lakh rupees per month and you left it and you want to join the civil services where your salary will start from 1/10 of your monthly salary.
Right, sir.
How do we explain this?
Sir, initially in my professional career, my decisions were driven by financial independence and financial security, the ideas of this. Once I did get to that position, sir, I started looking at the wider picture. I started understanding that my value system closely aligns with the idea of civil services, of public service. And as well as, sir, I also witnessed, coming from a humble background, I did have a very easy way getting up, to the upper notches. But I did see that the representation there was not equitable. That's how I'd put it. Generally, people at those places were very privileged. So I do want to influence the policy making, bring welfare to a lot of people, try to bring equality of opportunity. As well as, sir, I do not judge a career just based on the monetary terms. Civil services will offer me a lot of networking opportunities. It will allow me to work in diverse sectors. So I see this as a long-term investment in my own career, which can open up new opportunities in the tail end, towards the tail end of my career.
The highest salary you can expect as a civil servant is 2,25,000 rupees per month. I mean,
Sir,
you will be earning at least 20 times more just 5 years down the line, every month.
Right, sir.
I'm sure your colleagues from IIT Mumbai are settled in US earning much more, running camp companies or working for companies. I really do not understand.
Sir, the way that I put it is that I've already taken a very big pay cut when I came back from the US to work here in India. Financial gains perhaps does not impact me in way that it does other people. As well as I believe, sir, the marginal utility of money, after a certain point, it diminishes very quickly.
Okay, all right. Sir, I asked you about Ramanujam.
Yes, sir.
What is Ramanujan number?
Sir, if I can correctly recall, it's 1729. It's a unique, it's the smallest number which can be represented as the sum of two cubes.
Go ahead.
Sir, it can be represented as, sir, I don't know what's the combination, but that's the number.
Okay. What do you understand by quantum computing?
Sure, sir. So the classical computers, the basic foundational unit is a bit which can take the state of 0 or 1 deterministically. In quantum computers, the basic unit, it's called qubit. It can be 0, 1 or any superposition of these positions. So that allows it to take more states. So in classical computers, with each bit, additional bit, the computing power increases linearly, whereas in a quantum computer, it increases exponentially. So that's...
Okay. You, I see, have been in athletics.
Yes, sir.
And javelin throw was one of your activities, apart from high jump.
Yes, sir.
Javelin throw has become a very big craze these days. Why?
Sir, it has been perhaps the gold medal that we won in the Olympics by Neeraj Chopra. He has become a role model for people and brought the sport.
How much distance he threw for getting the gold medal?
Sir, I do not recall it correctly, but it was close to 87 or 88 meters, but I do not recall.
89 meters.
Okay,
How much did you throw at your best?
Sir, it was 12 years ago. I was physically not...
So how much did you throw?
Sir, I would say close to 30-35 meters.
Oh, that's it? And you were a winner?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I was just a kid at that time.
All right. What do you understand by high dimension geometry?
Sir, it's basically, sir, although I do not know specifically about it, but I would understand that more dimensions. Right now, we see world in 3 dimensions. So any shape that we can imagine, envision in more dimensions, perhaps, and studying those shapes would be...
Can higher dimensions be displayed in any way in this 2-dimensional pictorial representation?
So there are approximations such as the PCA method, principal component analysis, which basically takes data from multiple higher dimensions and tries to project them to smaller dimensions. So there are some techniques, but these are approximation techniques. I do not know, I'm not specifically aware of how that can be done.
Do you feel that there is a possibility, real-time possibility of higher dimensions being present?
Definitely, sir. When it comes to possibilities, during my scientific studies, I've understood to keep my mind very open. So I would definitely say there would be possibilities.
All right, I'll give you a hypothesis. Einstein's theory of relativity, one of the postulates is that space-time space-time curves near gravity. All right, that is how you explain black hole and other things. If space-time curves near gravity, you are saying that a four-dimensional world is curving near gravity. Space has three dimensions, time has
Time
the
is a
fourth
four
one.
dimension.
Is curving near gravity. Does it not itself indicate the existence of the fifth dimension? Because any dimensional world, when it curves in the higher dimension.
So can I think about it?
Yeah?
Sir, I believe the idea is that it actually stretches sir, it has distortions in the three dimensions. It brings distortions in the three dimensions that we already witnessed. So that is perhaps how I would think about it. It's not that it's curving on the fourth dimension. It's perhaps stretches.
Fourth dimension world he has already mentioned.
So fifth dimension.
Space-time curves near gravity.
Yes, sir.
So space-time is four-dimensional world which is curving near gravity.
Right, sir. Sir,
So it is not a full proof of a fifth dimensional existence?
So in my opinion, no, but I'll read about it.
All right, okay.
Yogesh,
Yes, sir.
good evening.
Good evening, sir.
You come from capital of Chhatrapati Shivaji,
Yes, sir.
Raigad.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, why is Shivaji treated as father of Indian Navy, not Cholas?
Sir, specific reasons, I'm not aware about the specific reasons. Perhaps his existence was very close to the independence, and there is very strong literature evidence about the navy that he possessed as compared to perhaps Cholas, which existed close to 10 centuries ago. So that might be an influencing aspect, but I'll have to read about it.
Okay, coming to your graduation from IIT Bombay, you are a computer science student.
Yes, sir.
You might be very well aware about metaverse.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me, for a layman to invest, should I buy land on metaverse or should I go for a flat in Bandra? What would be a good investment for me?
Sir, I would suggest go for the flat in Bandra because it's a real asset. Metaverse is its own existence is dependent on whoever owns the metaverse. So I would say it's a no-brainer, sir.
Recently, somebody bought a land on metaverse, a famous Punjabi celebrity. Are you aware of it?
No, sir. Sorry, sir.
He named it Balle Balle Land.
Okay, so that's interesting. Sorry, sir. I'll read it.
Daler Mehndi. Okay. Okay. IoT. Let's discuss about Internet of Things. Tell me the vulnerabilities of IoT. Why Indian government is not using IoT? Or is government using IoT?
Sir, specifically, if there have been any applications, then I'm not aware about them. The issues that I can foresee about IoT is, completely automating a process without any human supervision has a lot of threats in itself. That limits IoT's applications because it can act in harmful ways. Apart from that, sir, connectivity. Right now, 5G has been known that perhaps it can improve the connectivity issues, so it might increase the adoption. But that has been definitely one of the issues. Perhaps the other thing that I can also think about is, sir, that we don't have a very big manufacturing base as of right now. If we do import such hardware, that has its own downsides, national security risks. So that might be another issue. So these are something that I can recall right now.
Interesting. You might have visited UPSC website. You are a computer science student to fill the form and all. Tell me the back end and front end of UPSC website, upsc.com.
Sir, I actually don't have any experience in software engineering. I worked as an applied scientist, so I have very limited knowledge. Apart from that, sir, the front end technologies, although I do not know, what I understand from my college knowledge, it would be jQuery, JavaScript based website. Perhaps they might have used some template, but I do not know, sir.
Why Indian government websites got hacked a lot? Quite a few times government websites are hacked.
Sir, I would say it's a very big target. First of all, it's a very big target for our hostile neighbors, perhaps. to basically project their own interests. So that is one reason. Apart from that, sir, I would say they might not be very regularly updated for any security vulnerabilities because technology is a very rapidly evolving space. Perhaps they are not keeping up with the times. So that might be another issue.
Okay, Yogesh, you play football.
Yes, sir.
Why India is not part of FIFA?
Sir, we have not done well in FIFA. Sir, I just want a clarification. Sir, are you asking why we have not done well and do not participate in World Cups?
Yes, yes, that is my question.
Yes, sir. Sir, I would say the biggest downside is that we do not have a very well-established scouting network that prevents people from the grassroots and the rural talents to actually come and showcase their talent. Apart from that, sir, there's a very big role that media and influencers have to play to basically improve the interest of the general masses. Additionally, sir, we also need to bring in more funding into the entire ecosystem so that people can actually see this as a viable career option. So that is another point. Apart from that, sir, recently the legendary manager Arsene Wenger visited India to set up a training academy in Bhubaneswar. He said that Indian players are not particularly different from European players when they start playing football, but the difference emerges after 10-15 years because they lack in football education. So, sir, that entire ecosystem is missing perhaps, and that is why we have not done very well in football.
Okay, Yogesh, my last question. Why football in India has just two main epicenters, Northeast and Kerala? Why not in Rajasthan, as I can see you have roots in Rajasthan?
Sir, I feel one of the reasons would be historical reasons. The club in West Bengal, the Mohan Bagan club, it has a very big history, which was set up during the British times, and that has perhaps retained the interest of people. Apart from that, sir, the religion dynamics perhaps have also played a big role in the southern part of India, where they have followed players, and in general there would also be a dimension of government policies and government spending. So we should take into account that aspect as well. So these might be some of the issues why that has basically happened.
Okay, thank you, Yogesh.
Yes, sir.
That brings us to the end of your interview. We'll just give you some feedback and
Sure, sir.
when is your interview?
Sir, it's on 15th of February.
Oh, 15th of February. Okay. So there is almost a month for you to improve.
Yes, sir.
Overall, I think you did well today,
Okay, sir.
but you have to brush up on your diet.
Definitely, sir.
And secondly, don't take guesses. Like the very first question I asked you, who was the first programmer, computer programmer, you took a guess. Don't take a guess. This is not a test of your knowledge. It's a test of your character, your honesty, and how well you are able to present, which you are doing pretty well otherwise.
Sure, sir.
And I thought your responses with regard to blockchain technology and quantum computing were very good.
Thank you, sir.
You were able to explain to people like me, who's a layman, and others also. So overall, you are doing well, but don't guess. And secondly, just freshen up on current affairs also.
Definitely, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Huh. My only comment will be that when you are answering to a member, you should also move your gaze to other members once in a while and have eye contact.
Sure, sir.
About 65%, 60 to 65% attention should be given to the person who has asked you the question, and others should be given the rest of the time. But only once in a while, have eye contact, especially if somebody is nodding or if somebody is acknowledging your answer.
Right, sir.
It's a good technique in social behavior as well.
Sure.
So just follow that.
I'll keep
The
that.
rest is fine. I think you are prepared for the interview.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, all the best. You want to say something?
No, just the
Thumbs
shoes.
up.
Okay, sir.
They should match your suit.
Okay, sir. I'll keep that.
Black is the
Okay, sir.
official accept.
Sure.
One thing I'll say, Yogesh, that initially I found you to be a bit casual in your conversation. Later, when I get to realize you're getting too casual, let's come back. So, of course, your history of being in the corporate has an impact of that, but you should create that difference that you have to be a bit formal.
Sure, sir.
You have good articulation of knowledge. But yes, one thing, you're doing a lot of guesswork should not. Fine, rest is fine. All the very best.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
All the best.
Thank you.